Welcome back into RK Dub on this Friday morning. We are pleased to have, I got to get this right, the voice of the Tennessee Vols with us, Mike Keith, and his new partner is right here next to me as well. It is Ramon Foster, who is now doing color analyst job. Welcome, Mike Keith. We're so happy to have you on in this really exciting day for you guys.
Well, thank you. I'm pleased to have a chance to come back and be on the show with you again. It's been a while.
So what did you first think when you knew for sure this was going down with Ramon Foster, yourself, and Jason Swain, obviously, and Brent Hubbs on the Vol Network as well?
Well, yesterday was the best day that I've had on the job so far, and I've been there for nearly 3 months because I'm really excited about having Brent continue doing what he's done for over 30 years and putting him in a role that I think will give us something that, quite frankly, the Ball Network has never had before since going to a sideline reporter, due to the fact that he's the best guy on the beat, period. He's in a position where he can provide an insight and information and analysis like no other, because he's the most respected person that covers the University of Tennessee, which says a lot to his longevity. So impressed with Jason Swain. And, you know, he's a former Tennessee player. He's built himself through the media there. I think he is really dynamic in terms of his ability to get things across to people that he sees, because he has such a unique perspective. He's just a smart, insightful guy that I'm excited to hear join us in this way. And then Ramon Foster. I mean, he is the VFL of all VFLs that I know. Have had a chance to certainly work with him for the last couple of years. He fits the bill of what we were looking for in the overall role of being the analyst on the football broadcast, and that is, like the four guys that have come before him, somebody that the university is going to be very proud of, somebody that the head coach wanted for this job, because when Josh Heupel says, yes, I'd love to have Ramon Foster, that means he's going to be welcomed in the building and going to have different looks and insights that the normal people are going to have a chance to have. The VFL aspect of it is obviously a big deal in the professionalism. And then the other part, too, that I know is he has been with us on the road for the last 2 years, and he has seen how Dave McGinnis does it. He has seen how he prepares. He understands the broadcasting part of it. He understands how an entire broadcast team fits together. And Ramon was ready to take the next step in this, regardless of it, if it being us or somebody else. And I was just excited that it could be with the Vol Radio Network, and that he has a chance to come back to us in this way and take this next step. And I think from the reaction of the fan base, you can tell that a lot of people agree. So I'm very excited about all three. I'm excited about the entire team that we're going to continue to put together. But the Ramon part, and seeing the reaction to that and the support that he has from Cumulus Nashville, 104.5 The Zone, and from the fan base, it's a lot of fun. His Titans radio colleagues are obviously very excited too. I think everyone knows what this means.
No doubt, Mike. You're far too kind, man. I appreciate it. It's hard for me to sit back and listen to people talk about me, but with you, it was good, Mike. It's funny. I was telling Kayla, I was just, before we came back, I was like, yeah, Mike and I are public. We can change our Facebook profiles to in a relationship, Mike. That's what we
true. That's true. You can. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but yeah, that's certainly something we can do, I think. So
yeah,
good. Yeah,
I think we can now. Going into the plans moving forward, man. We've discussed a little bit, not a whole lot, as far as what's first to come, and that's the spring game, Mike. You want to give a little bit of a preview into that and how you plan on us shaping it up, I guess, for the Vol Nation and the ones that'll be listening to us also.
Sure. Well, we're going to do a broadcast of the orange and white game a week from tomorrow, from 1 until 2:30 Central Time. And it's not going to be the play-by-play per se of the orange and white game. It's going to be a look at what spring football has been 2025 for the Vols. We will certainly know what's going on the field. We'll allude to some of the things going on the field. But the spring game is no longer a game like it used to be when I would go to the orange and white game as a kid, and you'd have the orange team and the white team, and they would play a 60-minute game. It's more situational. So it does not lend itself to that. But I do think this. I think the orange and white game is important to Tennessee fans. And that's why so many of them choose to go up and watch whatever display of football is put on. Only 45,000 can be there because of the stadium construction. So we felt like it was important to put on a broadcast to be able to introduce some of our team. And I would say what you will hear will feel more like NFL Network at the combine, or watching an on-campus workout, or it will be certainly more of a discussion of football than it will be play-by-play. And I think there'll be some insightful things that we can discuss. I think there will be some interviews that we can get that people will be interested in. But what this is it is a starting to what is our era calling University of Tennessee football, but also making sure there's a tip of the cap to the fan base that they understand, that we understand, that anything related to Tennessee football is important. And that's why we're choosing to do a broadcast that, while not, Iamaleava completes a pass to Radarius Jackson for a first down, tackled by Ricky Gibson, it's 3rd and 7, not that. But it will be, hey, Iamaleava completes a pass to Radarius Jackson. Hey, Brent Hubbs, let's talk about Radarius Jackson's spring, because that's a really good story. That's what we're going to do in 8 days.
That's fascinating, Mike. Just hearing you give a little quick
Great
preview of that call right there, it seems like this fan base is going to want a whole lot more of that, Mike. So
yeah, I know. I was getting ready for it.
That was a real good drop right there.
Thank you.
Yes, no doubt. On with the other side of things, how's the adjustment been to you, man? Following Bob Kessler, who's been there for a while, and Pat Ryan, but not just before them, though. John Ward, you've been around the Vols for a while. I was looking at your bio a little bit yesterday too, Mike. I learned something new. I didn't realize you was in the Tennessee Vols Baseball Hall of Fame. You got a lot going on too, man, and a big task I know you're ready for up there on Rocket Top yourself.
Well, thanks. It's been trying in some ways because I've been going back and forth, and so that makes it, difficult because we haven't moved up there full time. That's me being a big whiner. And that part of it is, there's the real life stuff that's been challenging. The job thing has been a tremendous amount of fun every day, because there are new challenges and new things that I'm seeing, a lot of things that I have to learn. It's been very humbling because there's so much about the University of Tennessee and Knoxville that I didn't know because I've been gone so long. There's so many people that I've had to meet and familiarize myself with, trying to just, become part of the team. But I think the challenge to this and the exciting part is I come from that family, and that's the Vol Network family is where I come from. I was a part of it for 12 years before I moved to Nashville, and to be able to go back and then to take the time to reshape what is going to be the next era, to help with that is incredibly exciting. Just like when John Ward took over from George Mooney in 1968, he had to figure out how it was going to work for him. And I'm trying to figure out sort of how it's going to work for me in this role, because I'm certainly different from Bob, and I'm different from John, and I'm certainly different, not as good as Lindsey Nelson. You have to sit and think about those things. The other thing you have to take into account too is how our fan base consumes all of what we do today, and what they want. Do they want a show on YouTube? We're testing one out right now on the Tennessee Athletics YouTube channel. We're trying to see if these are things that they want. We're experimenting with what our radio, our TV, our internet, our social, anything we do, we're trying to figure out what's going to be there, because what we know about our fan base is they want content. So how do we not just give them content, but give them the best content in the way that they choose to access it, whether they're 9 years old or 90 years old? And it's fun. Getting involved with the students has been fun, and seeing what they know, which is crazy. It's crazy how advanced they are from, back when I left, in terms of what their technical knowledge is, and how, what they've gotten to do in the high schools, in the radio TV programs, and in the creative programs that they have, the graphics and things like that. It's fun to see, and we're trying to give them more opportunities and get them more involved in athletics. And, we're telling students, hey, if you want to be part of something special and you want to get into this world, come to Tennessee. We want you, because we're expanding this world, and we want you here, and we want you to be a part of this, not when you graduate, but while you're a student.
Mike Keith, the voice of the Vols, joining us this morning on RK Dub. So with you having worked with professional athletes and a professional team so long with the Titans, and now going to the college ranks and being able to work and get to know, the guys at the college level and the team at the college level, what's different about that, Mike? And is there any way you go about your business different in that?
Well, what continues, Kayla, is, and it's different than 27 years ago, they still make more money than I do.
That's a great line.
So I thought, when I went, a lot more money in most cases. And I'm not complaining about my money. I'm just saying with NIL, it's like, freshman tight end who's 18 years old, and he's gonna have a bigger W-2 at the end of the year than I will make. So there's some challenge in that, because they're looking for different things. They're looking for opportunities to expand their brand, and I'm thankful for the pro experience, because I think I'm thankful for it in a lot of ways, but I'm thankful in this way because I kind of understand sort of where they're coming from. They like the Instagram stuff, because they're trying to get the word out there about what they've got going on, or the Twitter, or whatever else that they're interested in. So it's been fun. It's been fun to meet them and kind of see what they have going on and what they're thinking. And we'll have the transfer portal open up again right after spring practice, and so, Kayla, some of these players that I'm learning in the spring may not be here in the fall.
Right. Great point.
And they won't be going to another SEC school, but they may decide to go somewhere else. I mean, some of the people who just entered school in January would even have the option to leave at the end of term. And so it's got more of a pro feel in that way, that there's a constant sense of free agency. So we'll see. We'll see what that looks like as you try to learn a ball club and get familiar. That's what I'm trying to do.
Mike, one thing that's been brought up by Vol Nation is the excitement behind you being the voice of the Vols moving forward, but it's also the what you bring Is there any intimidation with the fact that, like they expect the excitement and to feel the love of the Vols coming through the speakers or however they choose to consume us moving forward? Understanding what that means to this fan base, Mike, that, hey, they like to feel the stadium too. Have you thought about that side of it?
Not till now. Now I'm really afraid. Thanks, Ramon. I was good until you said that. Wow.
I know. That's what you brought me in for,
now
Mike.
I'm in trouble. Thank you, Ramon. The shot of reality. No, listen. I know who they are.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. I mean, my dad every day. I'm working for a professional football team, and I would talk to my dad, and he'd be like, "Now, what about this guard out of Lynchburg, Virginia? Are we going to get him?" I'm like, "Well, Dad, I don't work there.
You're right.
I don't know." But he would want me to call somebody and find out. I mean, this is I get it, and I think that's advantageous in this because as we go at it, I know what they want.
Yeah.
When people told me back when I covered it years ago, nobody cares about recruiting, I'm like, yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. And they certainly did. I have that advantage, is that I come from a family like that. My friends are like that. I get it. Are we going to match up to what they want to have us match up to all the time? Probably not. But is that the standard we're going to try to hit? Yes. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to hit that standard of preparedness, and we're going to try to keep the Vol Network tradition of doing a very professional broadcast, something that anybody would think is being well done from a professional standard. But you also understand, if you listen, it's the Vol Network. Right. We're for Tennessee.
Yeah.
So if you don't want that, then okay. But I think I don't think there's going to be any problem with enthusiasm. I've been accused at times of being excited, getting fired up, really enjoying my job too much. I don't think that probably changes.
No doubt. So it's a few people. I say a lot of people. There's folks you admire along the way. One of those guys, Mike Keith, a tweet just came in from Leland Statham. Okay. So
I love Leland Statham.
I do too, man. I've yet to catch him at a Kroger's in Hendersonville. Okay. But that's yet to be seen. And I threw an S on the end of Kroger, by the way. But with that being said, Mike, he said he congratulated us yesterday. And he said, I know you'll do well. Love it when good things happen to folks in our Vol family. Little known fact, though. He said he once won a dozen roses from Mike Keith when he co-hosted a morning radio show in Knoxville at WNOX. Is this true, Mike?
It's 100% true. Yes. It's 100% true. Yeah, Leland and I were in school together. I'm incredibly proud of him, as one of those people. You go to college, you see people, whether they're in broadcasting or not, you go to college with them, you're like, man, they do well. And that's why him being such a big star makes me very proud. And he's a West Tennessee guy like you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm excited to, we got some West Tennessee on the broadcast. We got some Middle Tennessee on the broadcast. We got some East Tennessee on the broadcast. So I think that's the way it should be.
Real quick,
Leland, one of the great ones.
Mm-hmm. Just to send, I'm putting you on the spot, Mike. Just to send a couple of chills down some people's hands and goosebumps real quick. Stoney Keeley in our YouTube chat took a quote from you real quick where Mike said, we're building an empire here. Well, the people that'll be tuning in to Vol Network and
I said that.
Yeah, that's what you said, Mike. You sure did.
When did I say we're building an empire?
Well, that's he contextualized it, Mike. But what is that? What does it mean to actually try to build this thing up, Mike?
Well, I don't think I ever said we're building an empire.
This.
That's why I'm taking it too, Mike.
It's a new show.
Thanks, Tony.
Yes.
I think what we're trying to build, and we're going to try to build a total group of people, and not just on the broadcasts on on Saturdays, but throughout the course of the week, and with what we're going to do. Certainly, we want more VFLs involved. We want more students involved. We're going to get more sports involved because there's such an interest, top to bottom, in everything University of Tennessee athletics right now. Everything University of Tennessee, period, has that feeling about it. And I just think what you want to do in today's world is you want to give people a chance to enjoy it as much as possible. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's all. And that'll be what we try to do, is that we try to give them stuff in places where they can get it. If you want to listen to it on your way to work on a podcast, if you want to watch it on your phone, if you want to watch it on TV, certainly we hope you listen to it on 104.5 The Zone as much as possible. However you do it, the Tennessee Athletics YouTube channel, please subscribe, by the way. And we just want people to be able to listen to it, to watch it, to stream it, and to enjoy it, and to feel like they're there. To feel like they're a part of it. We won't break all the news. I mean, that's not our role in this. That's what different sites do. We won't be the site that does. We won't be the group of people that does the critical analysis. That's for other people to do. We're Tennessee, so that's not what we're going to do. But can we have John Gruden on an interview that's on a show right now? Yes. Yeah. Yes, we can do that. Can we talk to people that come to campus? Can we have Tony Vitello on talking about a big series and having some fun with some of our athletes? Yeah, I mean, we can do that. And so we're just going to try to be as good in our place as we can possibly be. And you're going to know the people who are bringing it to you love the University of Tennessee and understand what it means to you, which is why we're trying to do the best we can.
Very well put, as always. Mike Keith, the voice of the Vols. You can go check out those interviews with John Gruden and Tony Vitello on the Mike Keith Show. Obviously, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Mike, we appreciate you. We look forward to many visits talking Vols in the future.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I hope you'll have me on again.
Absolutely.
Building an empire, baby.
Yes.
And remember, all weekend long, go Vols.
Go Vols. Yes, sir.
He is Mike Keith, voice of the Vols. We will wrap up the show, take Uncle Bob's call when we return. It's RK Dub, 104.5 The Zone.